a motion to go back into regular session?
So moved. Second.
Chairman Bayless?
Yes.
Yes.
Commissioner Finnegan?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about your background and your clients. I'd rather have your clients tell us their experience in the business.
Okay. Do you, well, yeah. Yeah, you can.
Have you ever
About your
worked in the
restaurant.
business?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Where?
have. I am a chef cook from Tantan Restaurant.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I'm a chef to cooking in
You're a chef, okay.
Tantan Restaurant
All right.
for.
Being a chef and running an establishment with a liquor license is an entirely different operation.
Yes.
Okay, have you ever taken a tips course or had any training at all?
Yeah. I will take a, what do you call it? Yeah, certification on the computer now. Because
Counsel, you know what? Why don't you jump in and tell us
Yeah.
a little bit of background?
Yeah, my clients are in the process of doing the online tip certification program. They actually have their nephew,
yes.
who is already certified, who will be working there. They've just opened the restaurant, so they're just, hiring employees. But they are in the process of doing the online application. I believe Jimmy doesn't have a computer right now, so we're working on that, but we will have that and forward that to the board once they get their certification cards.
Well, we don't require that you bring that in. That's not a requirement of this board.
Correct.
We just strongly suggest that, you're making a major investment,
Sure.
probably most of your life savings, into trying to build a business. And we want you to take every step possible, and whether it be a language barrier or a knowledge barrier or a law barrier, we want all the barriers out of the way, because we don't want someone later on, coming in and saying, gee, I didn't know. Gee, I didn't know doesn't count. Okay? Or gee, I didn't understand. Gee, I understand doesn't count. And then all of a sudden, people lose a lot of money, and unfortunately, it's gone. And unfortunately, we live in a time where, people will take advantage. And so we need to know, and we need to feel comfortable, that you feel comfortable with your clients operating a business, knowing that the risk that they're taking.
They're primarily a restaurant. In fact, there was a stage for live bands. They removed that. There's no dance floor. It's all tables. It's really just an enhancement for the food. It's
Okay.
not going to be the main attraction.
Okay? You wouldn't be the first one that said that.
What are you going to have for music, Counsel? Any music at all, just background music, or?
Yeah,
Regular music.
But
Background
no
restaurant.
dance music
No,
at
no.
all? And what about functions, if somebody wants to hire the restaurant for a function? Are they going to be able to do that?
No.
Oh, it's strictly going to be operated as a restaurant?
yes.
Okay. And are there two partners, is that what I understand?
Yes, Fane and Jimmy.
And what's Fane's background?
He's an auto repair business he owns. So Jimmy's the manager, and Fane is basically an investor.
Okay. And how long has Jimmy worked in the restaurant business, whether as a chef or otherwise?
10 years?
From more than 10 years.
More than 10?
More than 10
Wow.
years.
Wow. You still want to do it, huh? Okay, I don't have anything further.
I'll make a motion to approve the license.
Second?
Thank you.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say yes.
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 Thank you.
Good luck, good job, Counsel.
Client,
Thank
the only
you.
thing we can tell you is you gotta make sure they understand.
Yes.
I know that you're saying the alcohol's gonna be a second, but, people come in and they sit down and they order and, it's the wine and the after dinner and the whole bit, and after a while, that's, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Take care, good luck. Next on the agenda.
One thing, Mr. Chairman, kind of jump to another matter briefly, because I believe there are two police officers present who apparently were given information to appear before the License Commission today by their commanding officer. For purposes of the complaint that was filed by the Lowell Police Department against Mango Tango, Inc., there has been a request by counsel for Mango Tango, and it came in at the 11th hour, that was yesterday morning, requesting that the matter be continued to the next regular meeting, which won't be until January the 11th, 2007. Communication had been forwarded to the superintendent's office on that matter as a matter of courtesy and policy of the License Commission. So for purposes of any...
Yeah, I guess it didn't trickle down to the offices on the thing, so I don't have an objection to the continuance.
I believe that was my
Yeah.
telephone. I had conversation with each member of the commission by way of telephone on the
Sorry
matter of the
about that.
facts, and all agreed to that the matter be continued to January 11th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Probably not.
Right?
Okay, back to the agenda.
Okay, that's that. There's two of them. I have more than two, I'm sure. Here's another one.
Okay.
Okay. With regard to hearing on the matter of an application for the transfer of the all-alcoholic beverages restaurant license from Highland Tap Incorporated, doing business as Highland Pub, Cleo J. Supernat is the president, to a corporation known as KOB Enterprises, Inc., John C. Crowley Jr., president, for premises at 318 Westford Street, one unnumbered door, first floor, 2 rooms for lounge, 2 rooms for storage, cellar for storage. It is requested that John C. Crowley Jr. be approved as manager of record for KOB Enterprises, Inc. And the following minor license applications have been filed for KOB Enterprises: a common vittler's license, entertainment and a licensed restaurant for live music, disc jockey and jukebox, and also for automatic amusement device.
Introduce yourself for the record, please.
Certainly. Mr. Chairman, members of the License Commission, for the record, my name is Louis M. Saab. I'm an attorney with offices at 175 Central Street, representing John C. Crowley Jr., President Treasurer of KOB Enterprises Incorporated. To my left is Cleo J. Supernat, who has hit the magic age of 76. And it's my understanding he's throwing the towel in. He'd like to sell and move to Florida. And a sales agreement has been executed, all subject to your approval. Mr. Crowley lives at 204 Princeton Boulevard, where he lives with his wife, Kim, and their 2 children, Casey and John Jr. He owns his own home. His roots are in the community, and he's been negotiating for several weeks with Mr. Supernat to effectuate a purchase and sales agreement, which, as you well know, is all subject to your approval. If you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them. But Mr. Supernat is here. He'd like to address the board also if you have any questions of him.
Did we do a query on him?
And to my left is Mr. Crowley.
My understanding, and obviously I don't know where police officers, my understanding was there wasn't a background check. There was. Was a background
Okay.
check, which was negative.
Okay. All right. Mr. Crowley, tell us a little bit about, in your own words, what have you done prior to this?
Right now, I am a subcontractor. I own my own business. I install security systems, fire alarms, camera systems, things of that
Okay.
nature.
All right. And you think you're going to make more money being in the bar business?
Not necessarily, no.
I'll tell you what, you're going to put in a lot more hours. I hope you know that.
I know that. But it's
Okay.
also right down the street from my house. That helps.
Well, you know, you can be living right next door. You're probably going to be spending more time there than you are at home, let me tell you.
By way of background, Mr. Chairman, he has tremendous experience in this type of activity. He has, in the past, served as a bouncer at a lounge. He was a bartender for several years, and more importantly, he later became manager with 45 employees under his control.
Where was the bar?
This is what,
Where was it?
It was in Okinawa, Japan.
Okinawa, Japan?
Yes, sir.
Military?
My wife was. I was over there with her.
Okay. I'm not sure if you are aware of the fact that the Highland Tap had been in here just recently to appear before us. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I was aware of it.
Okay. You have to understand that it's going to be a new business. It's starting a whole new day. Okay? From square one. The Highland Tap, unfortunately, the whole Couple Square area has become somewhat of a hotbed of some problems in the past few years.
I am aware of that.
Okay? You know, a bar room, have you been tips trained?
Excuse me?
Have you ever attended a tips course?
No, I have not.
You haven't, okay? You might want to give some thought to that.
I've never thought about that, but
Okay.
I will look into that.
It's a course that's offered by the various distributors. They'll put it on, and for minimal money, you can go, and believe me, you'll learn a lot about how to look for false IDs and whatnot. You know, being in the business, and the folks that have appeared before us before, I only say this by way of maybe educating you a little bit. Bar rooms are extremely sensitive. If you are not there, or one of your bartenders that you have there serves a minor, I will guarantee you the following Monday or the next day the school is open, every youngster at Lowell High School will know it. It will spread through the city like wildfire. It will destroy you. It will destroy you. People appear before us and we try to tell them, you have to be ever vigilant. If one drug deal goes down in your pub, one drug deal, the people that are looking for that will know where to go. And believe me, once it happens, it's almost virtually impossible to stop. Once a bar room gets a reputation, or a package store gets a reputation for serving minors or selling to minors, the owner might as well lock the door. Because it's impossible. It's like throwing a pebble into a pond. The ripple effect just keeps going out, and the youngsters that have false IDs will communicate to the other. It works better than anything you can imagine. They will know who was on duty, what time they bought, how they went about handing the ID, the entire thing. And it's almost impossible to stop. So now a new person's coming in, okay? So I would think that Leo over here has been around the block a few times. You don't get beat up like that, you know, that isn't what you call a pretty face. He's been around the block. He can tell you a few tricks. He can tell you some of the problems that you can have. And I strongly suggest that you learn from them. I strongly suggest that you learn from them. There's an ordinance in the city. Any kind of an altercation in your bar, any kind of an altercation, you call the police department immediately. You're never going to get in trouble if you call. It's when somebody else calls and they have to show up that you'll be sitting here talking to us. And we're going to all say the same thing. We're going to hope today that when you walk out that door, this will be the last time we see you. And when we say to the police officer, when you renew, do you know this guy? And he says, I don't know him. That's the best news you can hope for. I don't know him. I've never been there. That tells us that you haven't been a problem. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So, with a new business and a new venture, you've got, you go by the Highland Tap, there's always people out there on the sidewalk having a cigarette, smoking outside the place. You shouldn't even let them out there drinking Coca-Cola. Okay? Because people that drive by will call up and say, you know, you go by the Highland Tap, they're drinking on the sidewalk out there. And they're not. But you know what? They perceive that they are because they're standing there with a glass in their hand and a cigarette. And so folks think they've stepped outside. And it's just little things like that that form a negative perception. And there's nobody that's sitting there saying you can't allow them to have Coca-Cola or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying public perception-wise, you might want to take a look at those things, okay? Out in the back, behind the building, there's a house that abuts that bar room. We haven't had any problems in the winter months because it's cold. But in the summer months, that family has children. And they like to be able to put the children to bed at night. And the pub is air-conditioned. So in the summertime, you've got to be considerate of that. And I know Leo has, they had a problem for a while, keeping that door closed. So that, because those people have a right to, you know, take care of their children, take care of their family. So, you know, I don't say those things to be negative. I wish all the best luck in the world if this is approved. You know, but I just want, you know, I drive by the place, sometimes 2 and 3 times in one day, you know. I go by and wave. He knows I'm around, okay? So, you know, and I don't want to have you pay us a visit professionally. Commissioner Finnegan.
Sure. Sir, could you tell me a little bit about what your plans are in terms of what you're going to do with the business? You going to change it at all? You going to have the same waiters and waitresses? What are your plans with respect to the day-to-day operations?
Right now, there aren't going to be changes. Right now, everything is going to stay the same. Basically, that's just, I am going to be taking over. But the bartenders, the waitress, the bartenders are going to stay there. The same people that work there now are going to work there. Nothing, I don't plan on changing doing any renovations right away. Right now, it's just going to stay as it is.
Okay, and are you going to keep your job, your existing job?
No. Well, I will do it part-time if somebody needs work done, but other than that, this is going to be my sole employment.
Okay. And what type of operation or what type of entertainment goes on at the bar on Thursday, Friday, Saturday night? What are those nights generally like?
Right now, it's just a jukebox. That's all we have. We have no live entertainment. We have no DJs. It's just a jukebox.
Do you have a dance floor?
No.
Okay, all right. And do you plan to keep it that way?
Yes.
Okay, you don't plan to put in a dance floor or do anything like that?
No, not at all.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Garrett.
I just have a couple comments on it. I look at it as a new business, you know. A lot of good customers at the old Highland Tap, and there might have been a few bad ones too, so you're going to inherit the good and the bad. So you're going to be wary of it because it's on you now if we approve it. So, and you'll be working a lot of hours because I'm looking through the package here, and council has a little financial stake in this as well, council?
I'm sorry?
You have a little financial interest in this
I
as
do.
well? Looking,
Well,
okay.
only
So
in
I'm
a
sure
matter
that
of
he'll be
need.
working his 90 hours up there,
In
making
other
sure
words, hopefully he can finance it himself, but in the event of an
you're there.
interest, I'll be there to help.
And he'll want to, you know, expecting his commitment to be fulfilled,
What's
he'll
your
expect you 90
experience as a
hours.
bartender, Counselor? What's your experience as a bartender?
I have in the past owned 5 package stores at different times, and I was there with a watchful eye. That's 20 years ago.
In case he hasn't told you, he drives by it often, too.
And as a former owner, you gave him some sound advice about anticipated potential problems that could occur.
I think what Commissioner Gary said makes a lot of sense. You got some good customers, some reliable customers, but you got some customers that maybe are not so reliable. And right now, in a transition business, those are the ones you need to watch out for. The biggest problem in barrooms, is your bartenders, your waitresses become too friendly with the customers. You have your regulars that come in on Friday night, and after a while, and most of the bars that have been in here and that have had problems, it usually ends up that it's somebody that's a regular, comes in every Friday night or every Friday at 5 o'clock. And, you know, he'd been a customer for 6, 8 months or so. And all of a sudden, we let our guard down. We're not watching them as close as we should be. You have to understand that people that deal in drugs and contraband, that's just a small investment of time. That's just a small, insignificant investment for the payoff down the road. They need a base of operation. They're going to establish a rapport with you long before you ever suspect that there's a problem. The Vice Squad, the police officers are here to help you. If you even think for a moment that you have a problem, you know, let them know, make a call ahead of time. Go on record, be proactive. Say, look, you know, is there a chance you could get somebody to come up and sit in a bar? I got somebody there that I think, or have somebody stop in. They have people that do those things. They have people that do those things. And you know what? You come out of it on top. If you think you're going to build your business by kind of being everybody's friend and looking the other way, you're going to have problems.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say yes.
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 Thank you
luck.
for your
Good luck.
consideration. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Did you want to say something, Leo? Excuse me, I'm sorry. Leo wanted to speak.
When it comes to being fair, you guys are fair.
Thank you.
Well, we'll try to, Leo. Thank you.
Thank you.
You didn't think that way a couple of weeks
I know. Yeah.
You didn't like us a couple of weeks ago. You should have said that. Oh, it's the Christmas time.
Commission will now take up the matter of an application by the corporation known as CEC Entertainment, Inc., doing business as Chuck E. Cheese, malt beverage and wine restaurant licensee at 209 Plain Street, for change of manager from Stephen Hatch to Edward G. Bates III of Clinton, Massachusetts.
Introduce yourself for the record, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Edward G. Bates III.
How are you, Ed?
Doing good. How are you today?
Good. Have you ever been a manager of a Chuck E. Cheese before?
Actually, this is my first year with the company. I did my training in the Worcester store, and I was a manager in the Burlington store, and I came to the store in Lowell over the summer.
And how long has it been since the last manager worked there?
Sometime over the summer, I'm not sure. I was a fill-in. And I was really just an acting GM at first because they weren't sure if they were going to keep me there or not, and became sometime in October probably the official GM for the store.
What do you mean, Chuck E. Cheese wasn't sure if they were going to be on Plain Street?
No.
That's
Whether
un-American.
No, that's a good store. It's an awesome store. No, whether I was going to stay there or not.
Okay, and I'm sorry, where do you live?
Clinton,
It's a good haul.
about 40 minutes.
So you have managed Chuck E. Cheese in Burlington?
Burlington.
Okay.
Prior to that, I did own my own restaurant for 15 years, had a full liquor license, which included a function room, restaurant, and lounge.
In Massachusetts?
Yes, in Mendon, Mass.
Oh, very good.
And I was tip certified by the Mass Restaurant Association.
Was that like tips trained
Tips
also?
training
Yeah.
through them, yes.
Good, good. We have written a letter, you know, it has come up and has come to our attention that, you know, unfortunately Chuck E. Cheese and places like that, franchise-type restaurants, and maybe, you know, does the same person own?
These are, most of them are corporate owned. This is a corporate owned store,
Yeah,
which our office is in Texas.
In
Headquarters, yes.
and, you know, the problem there is that it's hard to get them to understand that they gotta notify us when a manager leaves.
There was, yeah, definitely the ball was dropped somewhere.
It really dropped.
the only thing I can promise you is that if I do move on, which I don't plan on, and I plan on staying here for a while.
Okay.
If I do move on, that would be the first thing I would make sure that they did take
You
care
would
of.
notify the license commission.
I would personally do
Either
that.
that or we're gonna come and get you first.
That's fine, you come get me.
Well, wait a minute, I'm not gonna be that willing. You said that was okay too quick. Wait a minute.
Because I know I'll do what I say.
Okay, all right.
Do we have to do a check?
Again, it's my understanding there was a background check that was negative for criminal history.
Okay. I don't have any questions.
Okay. Who's it?
Chairman, for purposes of what's standard procedure when an application for any change in liquor license, it is requested of the Lowell Police Department to do a background check, and I did consult with the Assistant City Solicitor
Yeah.
on the matter, and it's not an issue.
No?
Should not be an issue.
It's not a criminal
Okay.
matter.
All right.
Mr. Chairman, while I have the microphone, if I may just ask the board to consider whether the license for the beer and wine should in any way be subject to any sanctions pending approval of a new manager.
In the fact that they didn't report the other manager. Okay. I don't know, would we have to put them on notice of that? Is that a standard procedure, or?
Mr. Chairman, it just so happens that because in the normal course of events when we do our renewals, it came up late last month in November, early December, that the office became aware that Stephen Hatch was no longer an employee at Chuck E. Cheese here at 209 Plain Street. I faxed to the office in Texas information pertaining to the regulation of the License Commission pertaining to the fact that there is a requirement that any corporate licensee must have a manager of record on the premises, and that failing to do so, the licensee could be subject to some disciplinary action, whether it be suspension or revocation of license, in accordance with state law, Chapter 138 of the General Laws of Massachusetts. So that would be just something for your consideration, whether you feel there's any necessity to do something. Obviously, you have yet to take the vote on the new manager to begin with, but it's just a...
Did the corporate respond to you?
In fact, it was at that point that suddenly Mr. Bates becomes the heir apparent to the manager.
To the problem.
The licensed premises.
Do you know what we're talking about?
I do understand.
Okay. I mean, Chuck E. Cheese hasn't always been the most forthcoming corporation in terms of letting us know when there's been a change in manager. I understand to a certain extent, as you said when you came into the job, there was a question of training and deciding whether you were going to stay there or not, but it's still incumbent upon them to notify us. There really has to be a manager of record, you know, and it takes a long time to get that through anyway. And if they delay it another 6 to 8 months while somebody goes through training and them deciding what they're going to do, we essentially have over a half a year at least where there's no manager there.
That's happened before with them as well. I mean,
Oh, yeah, with a couple different ones. So what's your pleasure? I mean, do we,
send them a letter, say, if you don't notify us.
The area director, John Connolly, is here. If you'd like him to ask him any questions.
Sure.
As far as that
yeah,
goes.
John, why don't you step up? I mean, this is,
The name's John Connolly, area director with Chuck E. Cheese. I've been with them for in my 15th year now. I think what happened on this last one, I understand there was a problem in the past with not a change of manager, and that was clearly our fault. With this one, because of the abrupt departure of Stephen Hatch, and Ed, so new with the company, we go through a acting GM certification process to make sure he's signed off on being a general manager with us. And I think that's really what happened here, is during that time, they read off of the roster, and his name was not yet attached as a GM. So it's really a loophole. We've tried to really get better at that, and I think that for that reason, that's why we had this problem. But I can assure you that that would not happen again, because I know it's important, and you know, I do apologize, but it was just something that I guess was the timing of it all, how it happened.
So if you lose a manager, it goes to you first, and you report it up to corporate, is that how?
That is
how
correct.
it
When I change the general manager, I change our records, send it off to corporate, and it's changed. And there may have been some delay on their part back in October when Ed took over. He was an acting GM for a few months prior to that, while we were certifying that off. And I think it was really just an oversight. There was no, real negligence on it. It was an oversight. Yeah. It's unfortunate that apparently this has happened in the past. I have this district now. I take care of 11 stores from Natick all the way to Portland, Maine. And I can assure you for myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, you see the position we're in. If something happens there and all of a sudden this manager hasn't been there for a year, we look like kind of foolish on the thing. So it's going to be our responsibility, and for my benefit, if it could happen again, I think there should be a kind of a loss of a license on the thing, but.
I agree with that. Could I ask one question on that? Let's say, Ed, for some reason, we moved him onto a store that maybe was higher sales volume and it was a good deal for him, and we brought in another acting GM, do we have to change it on there if it's an acting GM and not necessarily the official GM? So they're kind of like an assistant manager in control of the store? Do you change that?
What you happen to call it is different from what we call it. We need a manager.
You need a name, okay.
Period.
That's fine. I
So-
think that's where the confusion was on my part.
Yeah,
So.
we need a manager.
And I understand it.
And I mean, at that point, if you sent us a letter and said, he left on a certain date, we anticipate naming a manager within the
what we're
next
doing.
3 weeks.
Yes.
We'll notify and get the application into you.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
a little bit different than us
Understood.
finding out months later.
All right?
The other thing is, if he left the company in its entirety, it makes a world of difference. If
Definitely.
he got transferred to another store and you let us know, well, I think we can stretch that by saying, well, he's still in the company, and
Okay.
and he, you'd have to make, because the old trick there was they would walk in and say, who's the manager of the store? Well, obviously, and you've got to admit, know that when he leaves Chuck E. Cheese, you got to put somebody in charge. Either
Correct.
that or you're going to be there.
Correct.
One or the other. Okay, so if they walk in and say, who's managing the store, and you say, I do, and they get the license and your name's not on it, you're out of business.
Correct.
Because they don't tolerate that. The ABCC out of Boston, they don't tolerate, there's only one manager, and that's,
Yes,
but
sir.
if you said, this gentleman was, and they said, well, where is he? He's at the store in Clinton or Worcester. That they don't care, because you're the manager 24/7, 365 days.
That's right.
If you're down in Jamaica on vacation,
Right.
and something goes wrong at Chuck E. Cheese,
Yep.
and your name's on the license, you're the manager.
Yes, sir.
And we're looking for, responsibility. I mean, you guys, you run a wonderful, wonderful operation. I mean, you go over, and I know how careful you are with the beer and the kids and the whole thing. I've been there with Benjamin, and it's just, you want to run a wonderful operation and everything. And we were saying the other day, it'd be un-American to close Chuck E. Cheese. But you know what? It would be un-American to have a family walk in here and point the finger at us and say, if you guys had done your job, this wouldn't happen. So when you have a large conglomerate like that, and you're the top dog over the how many ever stores, you got to make those employees understand, look, if they quit, they're going to call you. If he walks out tomorrow, somebody at Chuck E. Cheese is going to call you and say, hey, the manager just quit.
Right.
Well, that's your key to do something until, and at least if we had something on file, a letter or something saying,
Yes, sir.
then
Understood.
we're not sitting here with you.
Yes.
Fair enough?
Understood.
Do you fit in that pit with all the balls?
Oh, absolutely.
Just can't get out.
Listen to this.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second the motion.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very
Yeah.
Happy holidays.
They got all kinds of things. They have pizza, and they're very strict. They have people walking around because they don't want any, they don't want you going in there sitting and drinking beer. It's the old McDonald's routine. They know that.
Mr. Chairman, for purposes of just one last matter to do with alcohol beverage licensing, several renewal applications have either been filed or not filed, but the question is, the licensing board needs to address the matter of renewal for the calendar year 2007. And I believe I provided you with a list of certain, if I may, thank you, renewals that have, in terms of, for purposes of renewing the Captain John's renewal, the licensee at 333 Westford Street, that had been held up because of the pending complaint against the licensee. As we now know, the licensee is now operating with reduced business hours at their own volition through advice of counsel.
Yeah.
So would recommend that you consider the renewal on that license for the new calendar year.
Motion to approve it.
Okay. With regard to Hookslide Kelly's LLC, Hookslide Kelly's, Michael Callery, I spoke to the board about the matter to do with premises of 25 Merrimack Street. Mr. Callery has, though he's not here today, was drafted a communication which was filed in the office this morning regarding the use of the unnecessary. It's not necessary to retain the room at 25 Merrimack Street. Apparently, there may be some interest in another business going at that location, and so, for purposes of renewal, they have no problem. The business owner, Callery, and his business partners have no interest in retaining that as part of their licensed premises. You have a copy of the communication. I believe I've made that available. The other is to do with Manuel Silva doing business as Trainview Pub at 1018 Gorham Street. There's certainly a defect on the premises, as it's now become common knowledge that, at least to knowledge to here with the License Commission, that there is structural issues with the premises and it is now closed. There is a communication from legal counsel for the buyer of the business. John Resendez and his wife Martha have very much interest in buying the business. The matter of the application for transfer has been approved by the License Commission and by the Alcoholic Beverages Control Commission. Attorney John Hardigan, representing the Resendez, has indicated in writing that that interest has not waned at all, though it's, as far as he's concerned, it is incumbent upon Manuel Silva to pursue the repair of the facility in compliance with inspectional services, fire department, and health department. So for purposes of renewal, Manuel Silva had filed that renewal in a timely manner, and for that purpose, I would recommend you might want to approve that as well.
Okay.
Not recommended for approval.
Just a couple of quick questions. Number
Sure.
one is, on Trainview, if we vote to renew that license, he still can't open until he brings you in a inspectional, right?
In
So
fact,
you're not gonna issue it.
if based on the record, it wouldn't. Mr. Silva would not be party to the opening of the business. It would be Resendez.
Okay.
Now, unless the buyer and seller come to a situation where there's an impasse and they both agree to sever their
Okay,
the
but you
deal.
wouldn't issue it till
Doesn't
they
sound
brought
like
it.
Nothing will be issued anyways. Yeah, that's
Okay.
the answer to your question.
All right,
Yeah.
well, then why don't we make one motion to approve these recommendations? Is that okay?
I think that's fine. Second the motion.
All right, we have a motion made to approve these recommendations and seconded. All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
For purposes of not renewing, Giovanni's Restaurant, beer and wine restaurant at 1258 Gorham Street, Mr. Bertos has filed communication that he has no interest in the beer and wine license. He actually didn't want to even sign the renewal application. There is a new person who is now his employee, but who will open the business effective January 1, solely for purposes of a pizza establishment. And that application is, I have it today. It has health inspection, Pizza Hazel Inc. Gentleman has had a business in Brookline, is looking to take over that location, Giovanni's Restaurant. And in any event, he's not interested in the license for beer and wine. And Mr. Giovanni, John Bertos, who's the owner of Giovanni's Restaurant, has no interest in the retaining that license either for that location. Secondly, Richard Barry Inc., doing business as the seasoned chef, 491 Dutton Street. He's still operating a catering business, the Gazebo Cafe as it's known, but for purposes of alcohol license, he did not take it for calendar year 2006, and he, in discussion with the developer of what we know as the American Textile History Museum is apparently going to do some structural changes inside, and so Mr. Barry feels he has no interest in that license for this year, for calendar year 2007. And last, Matt Mason is here, and he can speak for himself, but he has a beer and wine retail license, and he has other interests, and he may wish to speak on his own behalf.
Hello. My name is Matthew Mason. I'm the owner-operator of All of That and More on Market Street. Basically, what I want to do is switch over from selling beer and wine to being able to serve it to my customers. I've had the retail license for 2 years now and been open for just about 3. And during that time, I've kind of established my clientele and kind of got it to the point where I want it, and I'm more comfortable with being able to offer them beer and wine with their lunch and dinner. So I've had multiple requests, especially from the ladies, for like glasses of wine with lunch. So what would happen is I'd probably choose 5 or 6 different wines and 5 or 6 different beers and offer it with lunch and dinner. That's
So
the
just
plan.
a beer and wine? You can
Correct.
Put up, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And what are your hours for serving food?
Right now we're open 8 in the morning till 7 at night. What I'd like to do is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, probably initially open till 10, just those 3 nights. I'm not sure if you're aware, during the summer, I applied for the special one-day permits for outdoor seating and some wine tastings and stuff, and those went well. So I'm more comfortable now with the people that come in, and I know that, I'm not going to get the people I don't really want to deal with, and it's not going to be a bar room, and
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm more comfortable with the people that come in, so I'd like to offer them beer and wine.
Good.
Okay.
So we won't reissue the retail license?
So for purposes of his renewal on the retail
Wait an
license,
application.
you would just not be approved.
Okay, and then we'll wait for an application on the other one?
Correct.
Good.
License with like if somebody went in there for lunch and he had a wine and they wanted to buy a bottle of it, wouldn't he need a retail license for that?
Okay, for the distinction, to be more specific, is currently he has a license for off-premises consumption, and his interest now lies in being able to serve it on the premises, but with the license he presently has, which will expire December 31st, you can't serve it on the premises, unless it was a wine tasting for kind of a specific special event type of activity. But he wouldn't be able to, like if you walked in to have a sandwich and sit down at one of the tables inside his restaurant, he would not be able to serve you a glass of wine or a glass of beer with that beverage, or with that food, so.
Yeah, it's my understanding that you cannot have both the retail off-premise and on-site.
That's only allowed like at a wine tasting.
Yeah, the distinction of the package stores in beer and wine or all alcoholic, being allowed to have wine tastings is a specific event, or it's a particular product where they have permission by way of, through the Alcoholic Beverages Control Commission, that they will offer certain samplings. But, and it's done in a very structured way. It's not like just being able to go in and take a sample, a glass. You're taking really a thimble fill of wine.
Or many thimbles.
Well, you'll have to keep coming back in and out of that anyway. It is.
He knows the
I
tricks.
just thought there's no way he can do that then.
He needs a license.
It's two separate licenses,
You
and you
can't-
can't,
Same
never the
establishment.
twain shall meet.
Okay.
No, it's not the way.
Just a question, I just.
No, absolutely, I
I
inquired.
was thinking of, where you said that when you got the one-day licenses to have the sample, that they were successful, and I was just thinking why, if you were gonna do that, was there some way that,
Right.
somebody came in and say, wow, this is some great wine.
Correct, that was my
Buy a
first,
bottle, but-
that was my first option as well. And
This is Massachusetts.
All right.
Never the two should meet. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna need a,
We'll look for the application.
New application.
Correct, I'll pass in that final.
And understand after the 31st about the retail part of it.
Correct.
Okay, good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So that's the short of what would be not recommended for approval.
All right.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Now, in regards to questionable matters, there's two left.
Well,
There was
wants to
one,
Take a vote on these,
by all means, yeah.
yeah?
no, straight,
Those three?
yeah.
Okay.
Motion to not approve.
To deny those licenses.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's those three.
Yes.
All right.
Now, you've already addressed the matter of Chuck E. Cheese. And
Yes.
so the renewal is approved.
Yes.
Okay. Now, with respect to Middle Street Village Inc., Alan F. Kaplan, manager, 9298 Middle Street. Mr. Kaplan is here, and I think he'll have to start from the scratch to tell you exactly what happened.
Oh, there he is.
It's the barbecue place.
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah.
Introduce yourself, sir.
My name's Alan Kaplan.
Okay. Tell us
What's going on?
what's happening.
Originally, when we bought the building, which we still own, we were going to develop the top floors and turn them into condos and build the restaurant on the first few floors where the previous restaurant was. And bottom line is the real estate market is very down right now. So bottom line is we're just kind of riding it out. We still have all the intentions of building exactly what we came in front of this board for, I don't know, a year or so ago.
So nothing's been built, no,
No, sir. The only thing we've accomplished so far is gutting the building.
Okay.
It's completely ready to start. We actually have our permit. We have all the plans in place with the proper departments in your town.
okay,
I've been in touch with your health department,
Yeah.
with your licensing department, and with the building department, and the assessors department as well.
Yeah,
I've stayed in touch with all the
so
departments in the
has a
town.
building permit been pulled on it yet, or not yet?
I don't know that answer. I don't want to mislead you. One of my partners is
Yeah,
actually, they're
yeah.
both general contractors, and I don't want to
Okay.
mislead you. I want to say yes, it has been, because I was there one day, and the building inspector came over and asked me for the license, and matter of fact, it definitely has been pulled.
Okay.
It's definitely been pulled, now that I think of it, because it was produced that day. It was produced that day for the building inspector.
Now, any time frame at all in terms of starting to
Well-
build it out?
Problem is, every time we go for financing with the banks, they want our firstborn for collateral
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And what we've decided, or with your permission, is just kind of ride out the market a little bit. I mean, it's not the position we want it to be, and I can assure
Yeah,
you that.
yeah.
I was hoping to be open 8 months ago,
I
and
know.
I love this area. We've,
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, we've done a few other buildings in the area.
I remember it was I was at
And
the application at the
still
time.
1,000% full
Yeah.
steam ahead. I sit on the plans next to my bed at night, staring at them every night, going, I want to build this place, but the banking climate,
Yeah, I know,
they're killing us.
yeah.
And so they're not going to lend without us having a plan for the top floors, is the bottom line.
So can we leave that open?
Yeah, we can issue the license again this
Is
year.
that what you want us to do, to reissue that license for 2007?
I'm sorry, sir.
Would you like that, to reissue the license for 2007?
I respectively would like to do whatever it takes to keep all my licenses and
Okay.
have them so the day we are able to start the project, we have exactly what we came for
Instead
in
of coming
front
in
of you.
front? All right.
I just don't want to lose anything we have, is the
Yeah.
bottom line.
But just for purposes of clarification, no license had been issued for 2006.
Yeah, but it was approved, he can pay for it, you don't have to take it.
It's never been the practice to
picked up.
issue a license if you issue a license, you accept the fee.
Yeah.
And pay the fee, and by not issuing the
He's never
license.
picked it up.
He's never taken it. He wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't be able to issue it to him under the circumstances because he wouldn't have the certificate of inspection.
Okay.
Yeah.
For purposes of, just for the record, the License Commission, and for anyone who's interested in opening a business in the city of Lowell, there are available licenses for all alcoholic beverages for a restaurant. Certainly, if in fact the License Commission did not consider the renewal of on this particular application, Mr. Kaplan and his business partners could revisit the matter with a new license application.
Yeah.
Just based on what Mr. Kaplan has said to you at this point, when the transfer of license had been approved from a corporation that was owned by Salimi to Mr. Kaplan and his business partners, it was for 3 floors of the premises. It was the first floor, second, and third floor. So Mr. Kaplan has indicated that the top levels would be converted to condos. There was one room on the second floor that was an active function room at one point. Now, with the circumstances now, it would probably be something that Mr. Kaplan will have to revisit as far as amending his application or licensed premises if, in fact,
It's not up there anymore.
your license is renewed.
Yeah.
But at this point, there'll be no license issued, even if you did choose to renew it.
Yeah.
All
Well,
we're doing is renewing his right to get it.
Yeah.
I can't see any reason why we wouldn't,
Yeah.
give him the right to get it. If you're definitely going to convert the other floors to condos,
That's-
even at some point in time, that's something that you might want to submit the paperwork to.
Okay, that's, I'm sorry, to interrupt.
You did? No, I mean, that's...
No, I
that's
didn't
the
mean to
question.
interrupt you.
Well, what the secretary's saying is that the whole building at one time was licensed. The original license that you have
Is
is
for
for
the
the
whole
3
building.
floors.
4, I believe.
Or 4. Okay. The license, if you're gonna make condos out of those other floors, just to clean things up for yourself, you were trying to keep everything on track, you might wanna redo your application and just put it in
Right.
so that,
That was our plan. I mean, I'm sitting on architectural drawings for the condos. I cannot say with certainty that's the route we're going to follow because I don't know when the condo
Okay.
market's going to come back around
Yeah.
here. So I certainly
All
don't want to tell you something that I can't commit to because I'm a man of my word. And I'm just going to kind of, number one, follow the licenses, follow the dollar, and do everything I can to get this place open with or without the top floors being used.
Okay.
Bottom line is I'm dying to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. I make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
all in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Yes, you're all set.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, gentlemen. Do I pay fees for this year, or?
No, that's what we were just saying. You don't pay unless you want the license. If you come in and you want to pick up the license, you pay the secretary the fee.
So
Right?
if you opened August 1st, if you found something, rehabbed the building, opened August 1st, had everything in order and wanted to open your licensed establishment, then you would
That's
come
what he
in
said, right.
and pay the fee
And
to
get the
get the
license.
license.
Okay,
You have the right to pick it up at any time during 2007, but until you pick it up, you don't have to pay the fee.
Thank you. Does this mean that it goes into like the general pool where someone else can buy
He
it?
keeps it in his desk
No,
drawer.
that's specific to you. They can't.
Yeah, no,
we won't-
you
yeah.
own it, you own the right to the license for the
Okay.
You got it. Don't worry about it. Nobody's going to get it.
In that case, thank you
I
very
mean,
much.
unless you want to donate the money to the city, I'm sure that,
If I had the money, I'd be building a bar.
Yeah, that's right.
Happy holidays, and thank you very much, as
Thank you.
always.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, and the last matter on this matter to do with Nom Pen Restaurant Corporation. Lita Doon is the manager at 309 Western Street. Over a year ago, a new license for beer and wine restaurant had been granted. To date, has not been issued, and the question is whether this license should be renewed.
okay, introduce yourself for the record, please.
My name is
Pull the mic down, ma'am. Pull the,
my
that's it.
name is Lay Duan, and the owner of the Phnom Penh restaurant.
Okay. And you haven't picked up your license or for this past year?
Am I?
Yes, we haven't picked up the license yet.
You don't serve any beer or wine?
No.
No.
We thought that it would, we were under the impression that it would carry over, and we wanted to start the new year fresh by renewing the license for 2007.
Okay. You plan on selling beer and,
2007.
yeah, okay.
Okay, why didn't you, I'm sorry, if you just, Why didn't you pick it up for 2006?
My mother wanted to start a new year. She wants to start everything fresh. Add a few new menu, add a few new items onto the menu along with beer and wine for 2007.
But you had that ability to do in 2006, that's what we're asking. How come you didn't want to sell the beer and wine in 2006?
She didn't want to sell it then.
Okay. And she wants to do it now?
Yeah, oh, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you had recent inspections from the fire department and the
Yes, we've been passed by the fire department.
and inspectional services, buildings department too?
We didn't talk to them yet, but we're in a process.
Okay, you need to address that matter before a new license can be issued.
Okay.
Yeah, go to inspectional services, okay.
When was the license originally issued? Was it 2006?
When they first applied, they applied for an original license, a new license.
Yeah.
They had legal counsel. Paul Sheehy was their attorney. At that time, when the license was granted, but there was an issue to do with the exterior, the rear exit. I believe there was some issue that still needed to be addressed as far as inspectional services was concerned. At least that was the impression was given in terms of why the license was not issued. But you had approved, and the state had approved as well. Now, for purposes of their renewal, which they filed in November, Mrs. Dune had filed, now the question is to issue this license.
We still gotta go back to inspectional services. Did you fix the door or whatever the,
Yes, we actually put a sign in front of the restaurant indicating that there's parking in the back. The inspection service want us to close the front entrance and just have the back entrance as an, an exit and an entrance. So that personally is bad for business. We went up to the Board of Appeals and everything has been approved.
Okay.
But now we want to renew the license for 2007.
Okay, so you have
Okay.
to get, okay.
she says the inspectional services wanted them to close the front entrance and use the back entrance as the,
And that was never brought to the License Commission's attention.
okay. All right. Why don't you go ahead and try to get those documents, your fire, your inspectional service, and then if you have a problem, come and see us.
Yes, because we did go to the Boards of Appeals and we also petitioned
When'd you go to the Board of
for-
Appeals?
Excuse me?
When'd you go there?
When,
Yeah.
sometime last year with Paul Sheehy.
Okay.
Attorney
So
Paul
that's-
Sheehy.
Okay.
And,
Was
motion has
that
been-
to do with the entrance and exit?
Yes, and it has to do with also, we petitioned for an exterior awning to be added onto that. And
Okay.
that was the reason why we want to delay everything, because we need to, I guess, save money for, like, license for the awning, for a little interior changes to the restaurant, too.
Okay.
All right, so get the sign-offs by the fire and the inspectional, and there shouldn't be
And
any
then
issues.
come and see us. Okay?
Well, don't we, all we're doing is
We're gonna approve it.
approve their license, so they don't have to
Then you
come
gotta
back.
come and pay the
They
fee
just
and they'll
gotta
give
pay,
you the
right,
license.
right.
So all we have to do is just go through the inspectional service?
Correct.
Okay.
And then, when you get that signed off, you can come in and see Mr. Wynn.
And just
pick up
pay
your
for the
license.
license fees?
Right.
Okay, so.
All right?
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Commission will now take up the matter of an application for the used car dealer license, Class 2, by T&V Auto Sales LLC. Vito S. Napoli and Trina Napoli are members of the LLC, and they're from Billerica. This is for premises at 1418 Middlesex Street, an open lot consisting of an area approximately 80 feet by 160 feet for storage of motor vehicles, an office trailer, an open lot 10 feet by 20 feet. And the maximum number of motor vehicles for the sale and storage is 35 within a designated area on the plot plan. And there is also a request with this application to increase the area for an additional 25 vehicles. Presently, the licensee is Moe's Auto Sales, Inc., license number is 695-B. Mr. Chairman, there's a little background to this, and I don't know whether I should leave it to Mr. Napoli to explain it to you, but maybe I should.
Well, why don't we let him try?
Hi, sir.
Okay, Mr. Napoli, introduce yourself for the record.
My name is Vito Westanapoli. I live in Billerica, Massachusetts for 40 years. I've been in the automobile business off and on about 33 years. I worked with Peter Hallisey Chevrolet for 9 years. I get into the used car business in Lowell with Mr. Morris. And Mr. Morris is no longer with the present company, so I want to take the company over, and I have the opportunity to lease more space out back, which I have already done, and I'd like to increase the cars to a 60-car license.
Okay.
And apply for my license.
Do you have a lease with the landlord right now to use?
Yes, I do, sir. It's there. You have a copy of the lease.
To use a certain amount of space?
Yeah,
This is a big,
yes.
this is a big lot.
I made the drawings up and had the plot plan done up for you.
Okay.
So-
And then this now gives you permission to use more land, or do you already have enough to accommodate all those guys?
I already have a lease for more land. I haven't been using it because I could only have 35-car license.
Right, okay.
What is that, the car thing there, that's there? The,
I'm sorry, sir?
What's
the
the
building?
company that's there?
I don't understand.
There is a
There's
company
there's
there that
what's
does
the
tinted
Charisma?
windows.
It's like they
Charisma.
sell
Charisma.
auto parts and
Yeah.
stuff
No,
for
I'm not
cars.
gonna sell auto parts. I'm gonna
Is
sell
this
used cars.
this drawing illustrates that,
That drawing illustrates all the new car
is this
space.
Charisma here?
No, that's a small building in the back, which I will lease as of February. That's Charisma's building on the left-hand side of that drawing.
Charisma, that's Charisma's building over here?
No, sir, it's on the
Where?
left-hand side.
Come on up, come on
Come up
up.
and show
Up here,
us.
please,
Yeah,
yeah.
right here.
That's okay.
That's the
I'm
building
sorry.
right there, right?
This is Charisma.
Yeah,
This is us, we're in the front, we have the front line.
Yeah.
Then you have a beam that runs across.
Yeah.
And we rented all these spaces and
All
all
right.
this space here.
Okay.
We also have that space there, and this is now our present trailer.
okay, what's this?
We're taking this building over, there was an upholstery place.
Okay.
That is going out of business January 1st.
And what's this?
That there is our front line.
Front
right now.
spots.
And this is the street here,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay.
And this is our
So you're gonna
front
have
line.
3 full rows?
Yes. we have-
So you got a row here, then you got a row, and there's a, going through here, there's a row, and then there's a guardrail or something?
There's a guardrail that
Okay.
runs this length.
Okay.
This is Wendy's here.
Yeah.
And we
You're gonna put cars around
increased
there.
all this area here.
Okay.
And where does Charisma?
You
where
can
do
see
their
it.
customers
They're over here,
park?
right here in
Park
front.
here and all the way down
North
in the
side.
back.
And employees park down back?
Yes.
There's actually some pictures there also. You can
Yeah,
Yeah, I was up there, I saw it. so
yeah, I know this lot.
I mean, it's a real nice area.
It is a big lot,
We
yeah.
also have the grass area that we can also use. There's a grass area here.
Okay, my first question has gotta be, and just I don't know, I guess I know, why do they have a guardrail in the middle?
I don't know when it was there for, sir. It was there when we
Yeah.
rented it in 2004.
Wasn't your idea, right?
No, it wasn't. I wouldn't have had it there. And they had parking on both sides.
Yeah, but I mean, and I'm not trying to give you a hard time, I just,
It's
you know, the
really-
state would've put the guardrail in.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know, the owner wouldn't have put that guardrail in the middle of his lot.
I don't know if the state.
State wouldn't put it
You
in.
know what, it probably used to be parking when the business was there years ago.
Yeah.
So that's why they
I know
probably
one
have
thing,
it
it's
there.
an awful pain when it snows.
Yeah, they divided it off years ago.
Years ago when they had
Because
that,
the upholstery shop was there and Marty Motors was out front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was complaints going back and forth, so they put a guardrail up to show the property, who's renting what.
At the Wall of China.
It's unbelievable.
There were 2 different, was that when they had the fight over the 2 different lot owners? At one time, wasn't there 2 different car owners here that were going tooth and tong?
Years ago, it used to be Lowell's Beautiful.
Yeah,
It was all,
that's what it all came up.
There was a new car store before. It was probably licensed back then for 125 cars.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, Charisma initially had the license.
Right.
Paul Breton is the principal, he's the property owner.
Right.
Through a corporate, through an entity, he has interest, and he is the, for whom the gentleman, Mr. Napoli, is renting from. Subsequent to Charisma, Marty Matakis acquired the license for 35 vehicles on the, at the front, where nearest to Middlesex Street, for
Right.
35 vehicles. Subsequent to Marty Matakis, Richard Morris acquired the use of the lot through Paul Breton for 35 vehicles. Sometime in the course of calendar year 2006, Mr. Napoli becomes an corporate officer in Richard Morris's corporation, Mo's Auto Sales, Inc., unbeknownst to the License Commission. Now, Mr. Napoli has formed an LLC in which he would like to have the license in the LLC. Mr. Morris has not communicated with the License Commission at all on the matter. Presumably, his interest is, there is none. Mr. Napoli, on record, has the, he shares off, Mr. Morris is still a president of the corporation. Mr. Napoli is a treasurer and a clerk in the corporation as well as a shareholder.
So this is the one that's transferring the license?
So,
the prior, okay.
the LLC, TNV,
Yep.
is what's being, the application before you now, though the lease is, recognizes Mo's Auto Sales, Inc., and it also recognizes Mr. Napoli as a
Officer.
principal involved. This lease extends to an area that would be in addition to what is now part of the 35 car lot section. It would include as many as another 25 vehicles extended if you approve that additional space, not to mention just the action for the license itself. So essentially that's where it stands right now.
So right now, I assume you physically have the existing license at the
Yes,
lot.
I have been since 2004 with Richard Morris.
Okay, and where's Richard now?
We actually dissolved, we dissolved the partnership
Yeah.
between me and him personally.
Okay.
And we signed off on that corporation. I deleted the corporation, which I'm going to. And I started a new TLC, which is Trina is my wife, and me is Vio. It's the only name that I think.
That's the one you have to think
So
of,
we
right?
went
Right.
T and V.
All right.
I didn't know what other name to put up without changing the sign.
Hey, as long as you got the wife in there.
Oh, my wife has been there 40 years.
I know.
Dated what?
Oh, with the same woman, the hard way, huh?
Great,
God.
great relationship.
You'll be staying here if you didn't do that.
You live in the trailer. You'd be out in the trailer. You get some nights you'd have somebody hook up
That's
to
all right,
it.
you might be able to get cable
Tow
in
it to
there.
Vermont.
You only get cable.
So, the sum and substance of it is, you and your wife are taking over the whole thing. And then the other guy's out.
Yeah, we're good friends.
No, I mean, but,
Yeah, he's not gonna run it anymore.
okay, yeah. How many cars have you had come back on you?
Come back?
Yeah,
I mean, how many have I had a buyback?
yeah, how many
I had to
cars?
buy one back in 2 years. I have no attorney general abuse. I take care of the people. I mean, I love people, and I have a lot of Cambridge people, a lot of Vietnamese people. They're great people.
More
Is
cars,
this-
more problems, all right?
Oh, yeah. Does this building have the capability to repair cars? It does.
That's
Okay.
that's really the
Okay.
purpose.
All right.
I can put a lift in there.
Can you?
But I won't, all I'll be doing with that, truthfully, not repairing cars, I'll be taking care of the customers that we're delivering cars to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what it's for.
Prepping them and all that, yeah. I mean, the lot certainly will sustain
Oh, no,
that
it's
amount of
beautiful.
vehicles,
Beautiful,
yeah.
beautiful.
And the expertise, I think, will
And we
sustain it
keep
as well,
clean.
so.
Judge does a great job taking the place and keeping it clean.
Yeah, it's a nice,
Nice
it
and
looks
clean.
good, yeah.
Yep. Never
If you keep
seen
it too
any
clean, he's
place
gonna put it on the market.
Oh, you know,
Yep.
we got the veteran flags up because we're.
Look at that,
Hey.
that's, you know, went right to his heart on that one, didn't you? You
Spent 8 years in Lincoln, yeah.
Ah, all right.
Tell him, Semper Fi, brother.
Semper Fi, see it right there, there it is.
Hey.
Are you Semper Fi?
Nope.
0179739.
There you go, see that?
Okay.
Some people never forget.
How can you forget? You don't forget Vietnam.
So
Make a motion, we approve it.
I'll second it.
I think it's a,
I thank you gentlemen very much. I'm happy.
I just, you know, the thing, every time, and I didn't mean to give you like a hard time about that, but every time I go by there, who the heck puts up a guardrail in the middle of a parking lot?
Wasn't him.
And so when you drive by, and I think the average public driving by would look at it and would assume that that's the state, you know, that's state property back to there. And all these cars are out on the road, you know? But,
It's an awful thing when it
yeah.
snows.
You'd make it disappear
in favor?
sometime.
Yes?
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good luck.
Happy holidays.
So it's my understanding
Just
it's,
because you're from Billerica, that's why you weren't last because of that. Just the way you fell, right?
it's the 35 plus an additional
Plus, yeah.
25.
Yeah,
Correct, yeah. And you're gonna have to turn in the old license, too.
all right.
Well, this license year expires January 1, 2007. To take effect, the new license would take effect that date.
Okay.
So, assuming you would take this new license for New Year. Because of issuing anything between now and the end of this year, you're paying $200, plus you will pay another $200 for the new license, for the renewal. So you'll wait till next year, or, okay?
All right.
If we should decide to come in and move forward, because we are gonna have the registry, our next thing is to have the registry come in for approval, so we can get our deal in place. You know, we are gonna go forward before the first year, we can come in and pay for this year, we have a license. For
Yeah,
Could if you wanted to, sure.
yeah. All right.
See you, Joe. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Happy holidays.
You
Take
too.
care.
Come by and buy a car.
Veteran special?
Always a special.
I'll have to become one.
There you go. Next one.
Mr. Chairman, there is a communication that was received by fax that I had spoken with Mr. Alan Levine, who's the president of Tanner Corp., the property owner of premises at 297 Tanner Street. Mr. Levine informed the License Commission Office that BJS Enterprises, Inc., doing business at Glenview Auto Sales, Bernard and Joseph Smith are the principal corporate officers, have vacated the premises as of December 12, 2006. BJS Enterprises had been a licensee used car dealer, license number 706-B. In recent weeks, Mr. Chairman, BJS Enterprises has created a big problem for a number of buyers of vehicles who have done business with Mr. Smith's son, Joseph Smith. It's a horror show,
Right.
simply put. But in any event, BJS has vacated the premises, and for purposes of anyone who is interested in trying to settle matters, if that's possible, and through working with the Registry of Motor Vehicles, the commission may wish to cancel out BJS license as today's meeting. There is also a communication. I did not take the time. I did not have the time to copy a suit against BJS by one of the buyers of a vehicle, having retained legal counsel on the matter. In any event, it's just I've had a
Okay,
number
as
of-
I understand it, on this one, this was the used car lot across from the Lowell Car Wash on Plain Street. I had a tremendous reputation for years and years and years. Jerry Loggy was there. Never had a problem with him. There are an awful lot of cars, as I understand it, that have been sold without titles. If you call the phone number, it refers you to the Attorney General's office or the Consumer Protection. And of course, people would have to know that because there's really nothing we can do. But I also understand that if we take a vote today and we cancel their license, there is a provision in the law where the Attorney General, where they can come up with titles for these cars that have been sold legitimately, and this guy has kind of gone out of town on them. So I would like to entertain that. You know, I feel sorry for the people that got caught up in this, but certainly there's nothing we can do about getting them titles. It has to go to
The
the...
licensee is not on the property anymore?
No, it's vacant. The big sign closed, and there's a big sign up. In fact, there's a new sign on the building naming a new used car dealer that's coming in. I see it advertised, and I was quite surprised where we haven't, I think, have we received an application?
It all came to light to me when a gentleman who has a license on Payne Street came to the office first thing in the morning, beginning of last week, and took me by surprise, wanting to know how he would go to get a license for the location. And the first thing I had to tell him was there is a licensee, and the licensee has the right to renew. And I couldn't begin to discuss with him the chances of him being a new licensee at that location. Then he went on to tell me that, oh, that licensee's gone, he's no longer a
But
tenant
now
there.
there is a new license. There's a big, rather large sign, must be at least 4 foot by 5 foot sign on the trailer saying it's the future home of, and I meant to copy it down, I'm sorry, and I apologize for that. I meant to ask you if you got an application. But I think the important thing right now, if everybody would agree, would be that we would vote to cancel the other license, to at least to give the folks that have bought cars, from this guy, an opportunity to be able to get a title to register them, because outside of that, they're sitting on a car that,
I'll make a motion to take away the license.
Well, for discussion on it,
yeah.
Mr. Leahy, can we take that action without notifying him of a hearing?
Unfortunately, this is the first I've seen it, but
Yeah.
it strikes me as, is this a question where the license could lapse, or would you be actively taking it?
I mean, it's going to lapse December 31st anyway,
Anyways.
Mr. Wynn, right?
Yes.
So, and we don't have to renew for '07 if there's nobody on the premises. So, my thought is,
Let it lapse.
let it lapse. I mean, I'd rather suspend it today, but without
Yeah.
giving him notice of a hearing, I don't know that we can.
I'll withdraw my motion based on that representation. Yeah,
Right,
yeah, let it lapse.
I would agree with...
that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, then let's just do that.
So let it lapse and we won't renew as of
In a
'07.
week. But there have been a lot of people that have made a lot of phone calls.
Oh, yeah. But like I said, we can't help
So,
it.
yeah.
Boy.
The only problem there is the license lapsing have the same effect for them to get a title.
I had conversation with, this is a rarity, I've never had this experience before, I had conversation with the manager of the dealer repair section for the Registry of Motor Vehicles. She was calling on behalf of a certain individual who had purchased a car, paid $7,500 bank check for a car that he could not get the title for, and the seller said, you keep the dealer plate, which is not permissible, and the registry is very anxious about reacquiring all the dealer plates that were issued. Apparently, the registry had issued 6 dealer plates to this business, and they want them all back. Now, for purposes of any buyer who is looking to settle and try to come to terms with the registry so that they can register the vehicle, depends on the history of the vehicle. This particular individual, from what the manager of the dealer repair section had told me, this particular vehicle, there was no lien on the vehicle, so it was, in the record of the registry had it as who was previous owner to the vehicle, and it's through a petition by the buyer, if you will, to pay a fee of $10 to request a duplicate title based on what the registry had on record of who was the title holder previously. But BJS Enterprises, Mr. Smith, was not involved with that at all. There was no, so BJS never had title to begin with.
Okay.
But
Well, then if they can do it for one, they should be able to do it, hopefully, for the others, and those so it's 50 of one and a half a dozen of the other, and I would imagine what Commissioner Finnegan's saying about letting it lapse would be the better of the two situations. The other thing is, just for your benefit, is I'll take a ride by there and give you a call tomorrow and let you know what the name of the company is. I was kind of surprised to see it already being advertised. Okay?
All right.
Okay.
okay, and the other thing, Mr. Chairman, is there are 2 communications from the Acting Superintendent LaValle dated December 11th. One is to do with the package store R&M Liquors at 815 Lakeview Avenue, and the second has to do with the Blue Shamrock located at 105 Market Street. That's a restaurant. I will provide copies of those communications to you. You may have already received them. In any event, if you wish to schedule for the next meeting for hearings, in addition to Mango Tango.
It's all right. Put them on.
So moved.
Is that it?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All All in favor, say yes. Yes. And it was Benjamin's birthday yesterday, and he was 4 years old. Happy birthday, Benjamin.
4 years old, huh?
4 years old.
Boy, you're getting old, Wally.
Start charging you time, airtime.
You're getting old.